Hey, welcome to another episode of The Lamp. I am Kokomo Lantern Publisher Pat Munsey, and I'm here at the United Way serving Howard and Tipton Counties with Allie Tomlinson, who is the campaign coordinator, operations, she has so many hats. We don't have enough time to list off all of her titles and responsibilities, but I can tell you, she's the hardest working woman in the United Way.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Allie. We're going to talk about a couple things involving United Way. Most importantly, we're going to talk about the community investment grants that were just awarded the third week in May. I don't know when exactly this one's going to run, so it's going to say just recently. But we just gave out, I'm on the United Way board, so I'm using the word we, and I apologize. I didn't disclose that up front. I am on the board. The United Way just gave out a series of grants to local nonprofits to help them with a variety of programs. I've talked too much. Hey, Allie, let's talk about those grants.
Most definitely. So yes, United Way was able to give away 9 grants equaling a little over $100,000 out into the community for the Spring Community Investment Committee grants. So for those of you who may not know, United Way has no say in who's getting those grants, but instead has a committee made up of like-minded individuals that come together and read over the programs and come together for the greater good of all the organizations in Howard and Tipton Counties.
And there were dozens of applicants.
Oh yes, there were tons of applicants, and I would like to help everyone, and eventually we will, but currently the way that it is set up with the CIC, we're only able to help a certain amount of nonprofits each half a year, I guess.
Right, yes.
So biannually.
Last year was the first year that United Way here in Howard County decided to do 2 grant cycles. So there was a spring and a fall. We're doing that again this year, spring and the fall, and then the spring ones was $100,000, a little bit over.
Yes.
And the fall may be more, but right now $100,000 is what we think will probably be the fall. So there's plenty of opportunities for local nonprofits to get a little money to push some programs forward that will help the community.
We're very grateful to be running it in this way. I think it gives all nonprofits in Howard and Tipton Counties a fair chance at funding to help programs thrive within their own organizations.
Sure. So the recipients, let's run down the list of the recipients, and this is Howard and Tipton Counties, so we had some Tipton County winners as well.
Most definitely. Don't judge me, but I do have my cheat sheet, so I don't want to leave anyone out. So we have ABC and Me Early Learning Academy in Tipton County, along with Alternatives Inc., which is also in Tipton County. We have Area 5 Agency on Aging and Community Services, CAM, Coordinated Assistant Ministries, Family Services Association of Howard County, Food Finders Food Bank, Narrowgate Horse Ranch, Samaritan Caregivers, and Turnabout Community Resource Center out in Rocheville. So those were our 9 grantees this spring season.
Yep, just had a convocation, not a banquet.
A little luncheon. We wanted to make sure that we were able to celebrate all of the grant recipients, but we also wanted to hear about how they plan on using the money within our communities. So it was nice to be able to have the luncheon that each organization could hear what the other was doing with the money, which is great because, when we know more about each of our organizations, we're able to lift them up a little bit easier.
And find cooperative opportunities as well. Thank you to Ryan Hall, by the way, for hosting that event. Really
it was the perfect place to have our little luncheon, so we were so grateful to Gary and his team.
Right, so because there are 2 grant cycles that happen every year, the next grant cycle opens up very quickly at the beginning of June. There will be a 1-week window where nonprofits can submit their letters of intent for kind of a pre-screening. And then if they make it through that process, they'll be allowed to apply for grants for the fall cycle, which will be given out sometime in September, I believe. We haven't got the exact date.
Mid-September.
Mid-September. Yep. So another chance, if you missed out on the first one, or even if you were successful in the first one, that does not disqualify you for applying in the fall. If you have a different program that you believe is worthwhile and the committee agrees, then you could be a recipient a second time. But it's open to anyone that is a nonprofit that is providing programs in the community to help lift us up. And more importantly, that your program aligns with the mission statement of the United Way, which is quiz time.
Let's see. United Way serving Howard and Tipton Counties. Oh, fights for, nope, that's the old one. Fights for the health, education, and financial security of all individuals in Howard and Tipton Counties.
All right, well, there you go. So if you can align yourself with those three tenants, one of them or all three of them, then you are a prime candidate for grant money this fall. So please don't pass up on that opportunity. At the very least, if you don't get selected, the United Way also provides mentoring and coaching to your organization to improve your chances, not only with our grant program, but with other grant programs, because there are a lot of grant programs in the community or in the state that can help fund your organization. And we kind of help you through some of the basics on grant writing. And I mean, I've got a pro right here who knows how to write some grants now.
Well, thank you. I feel like we have a great staff who is well skilled and equipped to be able to help with a lot of those things. My peer, Morgan Quinn, is meeting with nonprofits fairly regularly to be able to help them with those grant needs, but I'm also willing to help as well, and I'm sure anyone on our staff would be if you ask.
So really, there's a hidden resource here for nonprofits. If you didn't know that kind of expertise was sitting here behind the walls, there are a lot of services like that you can avail yourself of. Time and scheduling and all that, but still.
Thank you.
So, she's got all the time. You just call her on Saturday afternoon, she'll set time, right?
I will, actually.
Oh, no, she won't. No, she won't.
It's fine. Dedicated.
So anyway, that's what went on with the CIC luncheon and the recent grants, but that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to United Way. We have a rather big day that the community can get involved in coming up here real soon.
Our annual Day of Caring. So we are really looking forward to that this year. Ours aligns with United Way Worldwide's. So it will be taking place on Friday, June 20th here in our community. We are accepting volunteers to sign up currently, whether you want to sign up as an individual or with a group of people, maybe from your workplace or your church or your school. We can take either one individual or a whole group and assign you to a project for that day.
Sure, and so these are projects that have been submitted to United Way for consideration, where we just connect that need with the volunteers who are willing to go out and put in the sweat that day. Last year we did multiple days.
We did.
And we had some great partners like Stellantis and Star Plus. They were involved in that.
Yep.
You know better than I do.
Yeah, no, you were right, definitely. We also had GM was also a large volunteer base that we had. So one thing that we are doing a little bit differently, we did it last year, we're incorporating it again this year, is we want to make sure that the organizations in our community know we're there to support them. So instead of maybe going and building a ramp at Joe Smith's house, instead we're going to be partnering with the nonprofits in our community that might not have the volunteer base that we do to be able to send them out and help them with projects that they have within their organizations. So places like Bonavista, Kokomo Urban Outreach, the YMCA has done it in the past. There's a lot of different volunteer opportunities, and some of them might be shoveling poop at Narrowgate or making meals for kids throughout the summer. So there's a large different variety. You don't have to wear a hard hat and a shovel to be able to volunteer with us. Sometimes it even takes kitchen skills or even just writing skills. I believe we have some volunteers this year that have signed up to write cards to Samaritan caregiver individuals. So we have the smallest projects to largest projects, and we want everyone in our community to feel like they're able to participate in those days.
A great team building exercise, a great way to serve the community. Again, this is June 20th.
June 20th, it's a Friday. We'll have two sessions, so we'll have a morning session and an evening session. Afternoon session. From 9 a.m. to 11, we'll be running our morning session with a lunch from 11 to noon, and then the second session will go out from 12 to 2. So we have some projects that will only require one session and other places that will be the full day duration. So if you go to sign up, you can choose morning, afternoon, or if you're available for both time frames.
Let's talk about how to sign up as a volunteer. So where do I need to go?
The links are on our website at howardandtiptonunitedway.org. It will be under volunteers, and there's a drop down for Day of Caring. So you'll be able to find that, and it will take you to a place where you can sign up, and it has all the questions that you'll need to answer to be a volunteer. Those links are also on our website or on our social media pages right now. So Facebook is a good place to search for that, because you just click the link and you'll go right there from your smartphone.
Very good. And just in case you missed this year, as far as being a nonprofit agency that needs some help, never too soon to get on the list for the next day of caring, which will most likely be in 2026.
Correct.
But yeah, I guess 2 last year was a lot, and it was.
3.
Oh, sorry, 3. That's right. Oh my gosh.
It was a lot. It was great. We were so happy to do the work, but we want to make sure that we're able to focus in all areas that we serve. So we just found one day is a great day for everyone to unite together to do that.
But definitely reach out for 2026 if you've got in mind now a project that you think that the community could really help you out with. That's what United Way is here for. So it's not just about grant money, it's about connecting you with volunteers and with other resources in the community that can help you be successful. And for you volunteers, it's a way that you can learn more about these nonprofits and feel like you're doing something quite literally to help the community. So I really appreciate the United Way for providing that program, and I look forward to covering it as a part of the Kokomo Lantern.
Yeah, thank you.
And I hope that you all come out and show your support. And more importantly, please give to United Way. And that, the campaign will start up again in September.
Yep.
But there's never a bad time to give. You can give as an individual or as a corporation or organization now. We have people ready to give presentations. You just have to call up 457-4357.
Yep. Yep.
Look at that, I remembered
Good
something.
job.
You can call that number up and you can schedule a meeting with United Way staff to discuss, how do I do a paycheck withdrawal program?
Yep.
How do I pledge amounts? How do I get involved and help United Way thrive? They can answer all those questions, and they can do it in a way that shows the benefit to your organization or individual. So please avail yourself of that, and this is a great way to help out the community.
Yeah, and like Pat said, though our campaign runs primarily in the fall, we are accepting donations at any time. You can visit our website. We have a large donate button where you can give to our general fund or also to any programs that your heart might specifically designate to and resonate to the most. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they are a nonprofit in Howard and Tipton Counties and you want to give to them, but you don't know how to give to them directly, we can be
Contact
that go-between.
us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't have United Way agencies like we used to have traditionally in the past, but that doesn't mean that we can't reach out and help.
Certainly, even programs like internally, such as our Buddy Bag program or Imagination Library program, a lot of people resonate with those programs because we're feeding kids and helping promote youth literacy. So that's something that we find people want to just sponsor a kid to buy their books for the school or for the whole year, and
Absolutely.
for $31 you can do that.
Yeah, for the amount of money that United Way brings in, they have a lot of internal programs, which also wasn't historically the way that United Way operated in Howard County, but it is today. So 6 different internal programs that your donation goes towards. Buddy Bags, which brings food to school children throughout the school year. And the Imagination Library, more than 2,000 kids in Howard County and Tipton County receive
3,000.
More than 3,000.
Yes.
So receive a book every month. We also have information and referral services. So if you're in need of a service and you don't know where to go, you can call up here to the United Way. What is the number for information and referral?
765-457-HELP. So 4357, if that's what
So it's
HELP
the same
stands
one.
for. It is the same one,
yeah.
but you will get someone directly here in our office willing to help you with those things, whether it's rental assistance or a birth certificate or needing updated food and hygiene lists, because we have those here within our office and keep those updated on a monthly basis. So information and referral covers a large, massive things here in our community. We also have our Mission United program, which is the only Veteran United Way program in the state, and we're very honored to be able to be the ones who honor our veterans here in the community by helping them with veteran benefits. We have our tax prep program, which is wonderful. Cheryl and her team just ended that, but we served 868 individuals in Howard and Tipton counties this tax season. So wonderful stat to be able to help those individuals, and seeing them come in and out of our office every day during tax season. They're always so grateful for the help and just singing our praises, and we're so grateful for that. Yeah.
I mean, the amount of tax returns that come back, refunds that come back into the community that get spent on needed services, but also on, personal items and recreational items. If you don't have someone to help you fill out your taxes, you never access the money that's yours. And United Way is here to do that, which is fantastic.
Yeah. And our last program is our Natural Disaster Relief Program, which is something that's always on the back burner. We hope we don't have to use it, but it's there in place so that if we do have to, we can definitely help the individuals in Howard and Tipton counties.
And they just went through some training on that, so they're up on top of it.
So I know my role.
Absolutely. And we have some other minor things. I know that we have an assistance program that we do through the Ministerial Association as well.
Yep, that's a part of our INR program, information and referral, but the Ministerial Buff Foundation is what they are called, but they help provide funding to be able to go the extra mile with rental assistance and utility assistance, and even gas cards. If you have a job interview set up but you don't have the funds to be able to get there, with certain requirements and proof, we're able to provide a gas card to help you get from point A to point B.
So just a remarkable amount of programs that take place with United Way, and a lot of great stuff that we're doing in the community. And so please plug in to the United Way, become a volunteer, become a donor, become a champion for them. You're not going to get turned away, because we always need assistance and we always appreciate that. So thank you so much for watching today. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for serving on our board. Thanks for helping on committees. Greatly appreciate, Pat.
Yeah, it's just what you got to do. So I guess follow my example. Do it better than I do it, but
Whatever.
So again, thank you so much for watching yet another episode of The Lamp. I'm Pat Munsey, and until I see you again, please be good to each other.